Hey everybody, this is Jerry Corbett. This is the offering. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I give God praise for all of you. Hey, listen, thank you so much for the support, and we thank you so much for letting us be out here for a couple of years now. Hey man, we're going to dive right in to some stuff we've been talking about, but while we get ready to dive in, I want you to take a moment. If you have not, please subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give us the thumbs up, like us, and I appreciate that. That's going to help us out. All right. Hey, listen, man, what I want to talk about today is being an overcomer. The Bible's way of being an overcomer. Hey, listen, because this is what's real. Is we have to go through things, and we as Christians we have to endure certain things. And every situation, God desires for us to rule and reign as kings and queens. Yeah, He doesn't want in a particular situation or situations to get us down, but He wants us to always thrive, not just survive, but overcome. See, life can treat you in such a way that you'll feel defeated, you'll feel depleted, you'll be out of energy, out of steam, and you'll give in to various things. And so what I want you to do is know that even Christians, they have to overcome. See, a good question would be, why aren't they overcoming? It seems like they're getting stuck in situations. Perhaps we're not using our God-given tools to overcome. So what I want to talk about today is those tools that you have in order to overcome biblically. The Bible's way of becoming an overcomer. All right. So I want to point out 7 quick things today that you and I need to talk about really quickly. All right. So if you're going to be an overcomer, the Bible's way, first of all, you got to know who you are. You have got to know who you are. You can't let others tell you who you are. You can only let the Bible tell you. And you can't let others fill up your heads with thoughts. You know, you can't let people fill your head up with thoughts now of their own. You must always stand on your own 2 feet. Listen at this. Proverbs 23:7 says, for a man or a person thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever you think you are, whatever you think you can do, whatever you think you can't do, listen at this. You can or can't do it. All right? See, if you think you can, if you think you can't, then you're right. See, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. So you can't let anybody determine who you are. You got to stand up even in the face of adversaries, even in the face of a very volatile atmosphere. You've got to stand up and know who you are. You can't follow the crowd. You've got to stand out front. You have got to set your own pace. You must march by the drum of a different beat. All right? So make sure you understand that. If you're going to overcome life circumstances, first of all, you got to know who you are. Secondly, look at this. You not only do you have to know who you are, you have to stay intimate with God. You have to stay in your intimate relationship with God. You've got to stick closer to God. Now, listen at this. If you stick close to God, He'll stick close to you. Here it is biblically now, because you're talking about the Bible's ways of overcoming. Listen at this. The Bible in Proverbs 18:24 says this, that God is such a friend that He sticks closer than a brother. Now, I have 3 brothers, Gary, Binky, and Red. Man, let me tell you, we are close. Yes. We do what we need to do. We hang, we talk, we chat, we do whatever. But what I want you to know is, although I'm close to those 3 brothers, listen at this. God says, I'll be closer than your earthly brother. I want to be in an intimate relationship with you. I want to hug you. I want to hold you. I want to lift you up. I want to pick you up. I want to be the person that you lean on, you depend on, that you're there with. I want to be that person. And if we're going to overcome, we got to develop our relationship with God and make it intimate. This intimate relationship gives us the mind of Christ. This intimate relationship helps us understand the will of Christ. This intimate relationship helps us walk with Christ and fear nothing. This intimate relationship catapults us from just mediocrity to living our divine destiny. Listen, you've got to make sure that you know to stay in an intimate relationship with God, and that's how you overcome. Now, the third thing you got to understand is that as we enter this intimate relationship with God, listen to this and stay there, we've got as believers, we've got to remember all that Jesus has done for us. That's the thing. We've got to remember all that Jesus has done for us, and that we, with all that he's done, are overcomers. Listen to this. It's in Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. Look at this. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by their testimonies. See, we overcome our adversary, our enemy. We overcome our adversary, our enemy, those who are trying to pull us back, push us back, draw us back, those who are trying to do danger, do harm, set traps. You overcome them by the blood of the Lamb. The blood of the Lamb, what Jesus did. He died for you. He gave his life for you. He sacrificed everything for you. He overcame, and now he wants you to overcome. He overcame his enemies, his adversaries, and rose to victory. He wants you to overcome yours and rise to your victory. All right? That's 3 of the 7 so far. Here's 4. Not only do believers need to always remember what Christ has done for them, but listen to this. We need to always put the word of God into action. Put the word into action. Put the word into action. So listen at this. We've got to make sure that we work the word. Listen at this. Make sure that you understand that it's your job. If you're going to overcome, work the word. Work the word by saying, I'm more than a conqueror. There you go. Work the word by saying all things are working together for my good. Work the word to say that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Work the word by saying greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Work the word by saying I shall win. I shall live and not die. I shall see the glory and the power of the Spirit of God. All right? That's the Bible's way of teaching you how to overcome. That's 4. That's 4. Listen to this. 1, if you're going to overcome, know who you are. 2, stay intimate with God. 3, if you're a believer, you got to remember all that Jesus has done for you. And 4, you've got to always put the word of God into action. And then here it is. Number 5, you've got to use your authority. Yes, you have to use the authority that God has given you as a believer. You put the word in action. The word tells you that you have authority, exousia. You have power. As I said up front, you are to reign like a king and a queen. That's authority. All right. And so what I need for you to do is go back to the word and remember what Jesus told the disciples in Matthew 16, verse 19, and I give unto you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Authority, keys, authority. And he says, whatever you bind on earth, I'll bind it in heaven. That's authority. And whatever you loose on earth, I'll loose it in heaven. Listen, that's authority. Listen, that's real authority. God has given it to the believer, and he's given it to the believer for the express purpose of overcoming whatever tries to overtake you. All right? Yeah. Hey, man, this is fun. Yes. 5 of them down so far. 1, know who you are. If you're going to overcome. If you're going to overcome, stay intimate with God. 3, if you're going to overcome, if you're a believer, you must remember what Jesus has done for you. And then 4, you must put the word of God into action. And 5, you must use your God-given authority. Use your keys to the kingdom, your authority. All right? And here it is. Number 6. Always stand in faith. If you're going to be an overcomer the Bible's way, you have to overcome and stand by faith. Listen at this. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. For he who comes to him must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. It says before that, For without faith, it is impossible to please him. If you're going to please God and become an overcomer, you got to stand on your faith. You've got to know that your faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Stand on your faith. You know you overcome this world, even by your faith. Stand on your faith. That you understand that faith connects you with God. Faith is not just believing, but faith is acting on what you believe. See, it's one thing to believe, but it's another thing to act on what you believe. Believing gets you in the door. Acting gets you what you need to get through the door. All right? So what I'm trying to tell you is stand on your faith, act on your faith, always trust your faith, always trust the word of God that your faith is rooted and grounded in. Hey, that's 6 of the 7. So man, we've got to wrap this up, but let's see what we've done so far. We've been talking about the Bible's way of being an overcomer, overcoming trouble, overcoming trial, overcoming situations, overcoming. See, overcoming. To be an overcomer is to succeed with to succeed in your dealings, and to be in control of a situation. All right, it is to win over difficulty. It is to surmount. It is to gain victory. It is to win something. It is to conquer. That's what overcoming is. And if you're going to overcome, you got to know these 6 things so far. And I'm going to give you number 7. Know who you are. Stay intimate with God. If you're a believer, rely on all that Jesus has done. Then put the word into action. Use your authority. Stand on your faith. And then here it is. Forgive those who have offended you. That's number 7 and it's key. If you're going to be an overcomer, you can't hold grudges. You can't want to fight people. You can't harbor that ill will in your heart. Look at Jesus hanging on the cross, looking at his captors, looking at those who surrounded him, who made him, be in that situation. Nailed him to the cross, lied, and all of the stuff they did. But notice what Jesus did. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's the Bible's way of overcoming. And look at Jesus. He overcame because they buried him, but Sunday morning he rose from the grave with all victory, all power, all authority was his. And today, what I want you to know is, in order for you to overcome, in order for you to be successful in your dealings, in order for you to gain control, in order for you to overcome a difficulty, for you to surmount, for you to gain victory, for you to win, for you to conquer, you've got to forgive everything that everybody has ever done to you. Hey man, listen, 7 things to help you overcome. Here they are. Know who you are. Stay intimate with God. Believe us. Believe the word of God and act thereon. Number 4, put the word into action. Number 5, use your authority. Number 6, stand in faith. Number 7, forgive everybody for everything. Hey man, that's it. And I have enjoyed bringing this to you. I am slam out of time, but I'll see you next week. So please tell others, subscribe, and have others to do the same. And this is Jerry Corbett, and this has been the offering. I'll see you next week. Stay together. Stay unified. Fight poverty. Fight injustice. Fight racism. Fight everything that's juxtaposed to the word of God, and stand, man, and be an overcomer. I'll see you next week. Love y'all. Peace.